you can record.
All right, cool.
I like being in the camera.
No, I didn't. I've never done any radio or anything like that other than my wife and I, we DJ weddings.
Okay.
So, I'm the one like, welcome the bride and groom, and ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention over to the cake table or the ceremonial cake cutting and things like that. But no, I don't have any like formal voice training or anything like that. I think probably, well, I can't say anything about the diction or the depth or range of my voice or anything, but I know as far as my diction and the way I pronounce things, I had to take speech class up until the time I was about in 4th grade. So yeah, like when everybody else would be out playing in recess and things like that in elementary school, I would go to a different class and sit there and say things like Dick and Jane go up the hill, and I would have to articulate and all that stuff. So some people make fun of me because I articulate things a little too well, but it's like ingrained. So
No, it's perfect. I mean, I understand that part. I've been on a stage since I was 6 years old, because I used to do like poetry. You gotta forget my pronunciation. I'm a Latin woman.
no
So
worries.
my pronunciation is not the best. My energy is, but not my pronunciation. So I was in poetry and all that stuff. So I had those kind of classes too.
Okay.
And time I had to pronounce something, I was like doing this, to do it better. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, in fact, I was the youngest of 4, and when I went, being the youngest of 4, like you don't have to necessarily say a whole lot. You just kind of like point and grunt and all that stuff. And when I started going to public schools, the teachers couldn't understand me because, for example, I would say, instead of saying yellow, I would say Lela. So yeah, so that's why they started sending me those classes, and I just just picked up a little bit of dialect and everything along the way. So
Good. Yeah, every time I try to talk to someone here, I'm like, I need to pay attention, really pay attention on what they're saying, and they have to pay attention on what I'm saying. So yeah, I have learned that.
gotcha. So I just met your husband, and you have kids?
Yeah, Marianne and Leo. Marianne is 10 years old and Leo is 5 years old, and
Okay.
we are all part of the UpLevel family now.
Nice. Good for you for having your family in there. And are you all the same belt rank, or you have like a graduating various?
No, we are all orange. We are orange belts right now. We just started
Okay.
November.
Okay.
So we are like on track, I guess, to get to the next level. Honestly, I never thought we can get into martial arts. It was just like,
yeah,
to jumping into something different. I was looking for something different to do as a family, but I was like, when I saw Mrs. Dyson doing martial arts, I was like, I think I'm not gonna be like her. I mean, I wish.
yeah.
But oh no, I don't think I can do it. But now, as an orange, I'm like, yeah, I think I can do that.
Absolutely. I'm halfway through. I am getting ready. At the end of this cycle, I will be a black with white stripes. So that's officially like halfway.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Well, I've got to pass the test first, so calm down.
You'll do it. You'll do it. I know you'll do it.
Yeah. So how are you doing in all this, pandemic, coronavirus, social distancing? How are you guys doing? How are you enjoying the video classes and all that?
Yeah, well, crazy times, huh? I think we never, as humans, thought that we could live in this kind of world. It's crazy. Because of my job, I'm used to live in social media. So for me, it's not that different. What is different, because I work from home, is that everybody stay at home. So that's the weird part, or the crazy part, right?
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna be able to work if everybody at home? So martial arts has been like really helpful in this time, because we have the chance to have something to look forward. Like, oh, it's Tuesday. Yeah, we're going to have our martial class. Yay. And even though I know it's not the same because we can touch or like really feel that close our friends from martial arts, it's a very beautiful time for us. Like, this is the moment of our class as a family because we do it, the four of us. It's challenging because we do it in our living room that is like small space.
Yep.
And yesterday I kicked my kid, but well,
Gotcha.
it was an accident. We were doing the flip. What's the name of the kick?
Flip kick.
The roundhouse kick. Yeah, can you believe it? And then I kicked my kid. I was like, oh no! But my kid was okay.
Yeah.
So it has been very. I'm really grateful for this family.
Good. So your primary school is the Pineville Matthews?
Yes, with
Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Dyson.
Awesome. I
Yes.
haven't been to that school, but I know the Pineville Mall. My mom used to live in just inside of South Carolina in Catawba. So we used to go, and she worked in Charlotte. So we would, if I'd go visit her, we would always go to the Pineville Mall or, that area.
That's like our mall. Yeah, we live really close from the mall. Actually, I met Mr. Joyce there, that he works with Mrs. Dyson and Mr. Dyson in the UpLevel McAlpine school.
Okay.
And I met him. I met him there in the mall. He was promoting the school, and that was the moment he told me about the school. I'm usually the kind of person who's, if someone in the mall tries to talk to you, I'm like, no, thank you, no, gracias. I don't speak English. I just solo hablo español. I'm sorry. And I ran because I'm always with my two kids. But I don't know, Jason. I don't know what was that Mr. Joyce stopped and he talked to me, and I was like, yeah, I want a class right now. So he was like, well, you can have this free class and you can come and see our school. And my kids they were begging me like, please, mom, no, because they are introverts. So they were like, please, no, mom, please, no, we don't want to go. And the day that we had the class, I was almost saying, no, we're not going, because they were like, no, mom, please, no, don't take us there. But I was like, we're going because I say we're going to try something new, and we're going to try something new. So we went, and then I fall in love with this UpLevel family. I can't help it. There's something about community that is magic, right?
Yeah, there's definitely something magical about it. It's a very good community. It's very supportive. It's not like you post something and somebody's going to go, well, that's wrong because of, which is what ticks me off so much about social media, and why I have such a, I don't want to use the word hate, but a love-hate relationship with it, because you can't say one thing without somebody having a counter opinion, and it becomes so exhausting just to be able to say like, oh, I ate a bagel today. Well, I'm gluten-free and blah, blah, blah. Or it's like, okay, dude, chill out.
Right.
You don't have to eat a bagel, or anything like that. And that's just something so simple. And I know there are some controversial things, a lot of things that have a lot of magnitude that people are very passionate about, but I don't feel that my Facebook page is the arena that those things need to be played out on. So some days I love Facebook and other days I don't like it. But with the UpLevel community, you're right. It is always very positive, and everyone there is supportive. And that's one of the reasons I enjoyed it as well. And it's weird that during this time of social distancing, I've actually grown closer to everyone in it.
Right.
Because
they have created this magnet where you want to know what's going on there, right? Like you go through Facebook and then you are like, let me see what they post today, because whatever they're posting is something uplifting. Is that the correct word? Like you feel like you are feeling your energy, right? You are feeding your good thoughts. And in this time, we all need that. Like, we can wake up very confused. At least I'm very honest with you. I'm very transparent. There's days I can go to sleep at the same time I usually go to sleep, because I'm just thinking and I'm just concerned or worry. And then I saw this post about how to be a black belt in this life, and I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. Right?
Right.
And then my spirit gets in another level, and that's what I love about this. At the beginning, I thought it was going to be more about how to defend and protect myself, or how my kids can protect themselves. And honestly, it has been something totally different. Like, how can I believe more in myself? As I was telling you, I don't know if I told you or I posted, but I lead a group of women. They are almost 4,000, almost 5,000 by this time. But
Awesome.
my energy always has to be like to the roof, because if you're leading people, you are the one who inspire them through your actions, or through the things that you are doing or not doing. So I feel like this community match a lot what with I'm trying to do in my real world and with my job. So I get inspired through them, and then I can inspire more people. But
Awesome.
it's like they take leadership to the next level, and that's what I love about it. Like, every time we say, I'm a black belt leader, I'm gonna give my 100%. I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna
It's
be one, like, give my 100%. So I get very inspired.
great. No, I do as well. I enjoy it. I have been pleasantly surprised that I enjoy it as much as I do, because I never thought
You
it was a
never
big.
thought you never
Oh
thought you can.
no, not at all, not at all. And really, the way we came about it was we were at a fall carnival it was like a Halloween carnival at my son's elementary school, and met Mr. William Wiegert there, and he was like, "Hey," to my son, would you like to try to break a board? And Andy did it, and we went to the complimentary lesson, and Andy had a really good time with it, and it was um like we went to the class, and he had a good time, and Andy was in the back seat pretending like he was breaking a board, and I was like, all right. So we signed up and we went, and it's just fun, and I've just always been impressed with the instructors, how patient they are,
Yes.
with the kids, as well as the old folks, or the middle-aged folks like myself.
We
And
are young. We are young.
yeah,
I want to convince myself of that. I'm like, when I see the classroom and I see all these young people, all these kids, I'm like, probably I'm the oldest one here. I don't care. I'm gonna pretend I'm the youngest one here.
there you go. So it was just another avenue, and so it came at a right time. I guess when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and for me,
Right.
that was
Right.
Mr. William Wiegert, and like I said, I'm halfway through now, and it's been phenomenal, and I've learned a lot about myself.
And all the wiggers. I mean, like, all the teachers. I remember that I said to Mrs. Dyson, "Can you adopt me, please? Like, I want to know all the secrets that your parents, how they educate you. Like, I want to know everything, because I have a lot to learn from them. They how do you say, I don't want to say create because I don't think that's the correct word. Like, they educate 8 amazing people that we are grateful, because we have teachers that are very balanced people, and I will say very wise. Like, see,
Yeah,
dice así.
no, I would say wise. It
Yeah,
is
they're
definitely. I would definitely like to kind of pull apart and figure out what that secret sauce is of the Uyghur clan.
right. They should write a book and
They
let
very
us
much so
know.
should. They very much so could, and it would probably be very well received, because that's one of the things. I don't know how old what Miss Dyson's age is, but I had deduced that Sam is around 28, and I know that William just turned 20 or so. And for me, mean, here he is, a 3rd-degree black belt.
I'm young. I'm
Yeah.
young. I'm young.
No, I'm literally old enough to be his father, and I'm like, teach me, show me your ways.
Right. Right, that's what I think. I remember it was by December that I say that to Mrs. Dyson. Like, I think the day I met your parents, I will be like yelling and hugging them, and probably they will be like, "Who are you?" But I really want to know everything about them.
Yeah.
Like, they raise good people, and I think that's what they put into our community. Our teachers are really, really taking care of us, not as just people who learn how to kick or how to protect themselves, but as humans. And I think what they're doing is just so precious. And I think that's the reason I'm so in love with this community. The fact that they try to embrace more people. I have been into these CIT meetings.
Okay.
And I was amazed of these little kids learning about leadership. Wow, that's taking leadership to the next level.
Yeah.
That's doing something for the community.
So are you one of the CIT students?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet?
will be.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious
I'm
about that as well. I want a future episode of the podcast to be about from the teacher level, like what CIT is and what they're trying to convey.
Yes, I
And
want to know too.
Yeah, and then I want to do a student perspective, like what are you learning? What are some things that you're taking away from this? How is it making you a better person in your black belt journey?
Yes.
Yeah. So you and your family had never done martial arts before, is that correct?
Never.
Okay.
Well, my husband, you did martial arts, right? Come here. I'll let you talk, because I talk a lot.
That's
and
okay.
Sometimes he doesn't want to talk. Come on, sit here. Tell him, right, Jason, about
Sure.
your experience in martial arts.
Yeah.
I remember you did martial arts.
Yeah, but I don't want to take. I know you. This interview is for my wife, so I don't want to take so much
perfectly fine.
Space, and I know she has a lot to say. And
no, that's not right. Like,
but I don't want to take a lot of the spotlight. But yeah, I took some taekwondo classes when I was in college, like for maybe 6 months or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, it was just more
for
part
fun. Of the college curriculum, like to get a PE credit?
Yeah, they offered like one of the programs, and it was more like a hobby than actual, like a path, right, to become like a black belt. So it was just for fun, but
it was more like exercise, right?
Yeah, it was more like exercise.
And in this house, he's like the exercise guy. He's the one who can't wake up at 4 a.m, and I will look at him like, "Are you nuts? Who on earth don't want to sleep a little more?" And he's always putting the example about exercising, and he's even like ambassador, like health ambassador at his job.
Okay.
And
That's
I'm
awesome.
Not there yet. Yeah, it is.
Now,
Yeah,
so before your experience with UpLevel, sir, were you sounds like you were a health ambassador. What was like a normal workout routine for you, or like a normal day into life?
In terms of wellness, well, I like to work out, lifting weights. Some when I was younger, I used to do like 5Ks and 10Ks runs, like once every 2 months.
Imagine that I can't even run 1K.
I ran a half marathon one time, and but yeah, I always like to be healthy, like active, and because I feel good, right? I feel good about working out, exercising, and I used to normally go to the gym every morning. Not anymore, but
at 4 in the morning.
I used to go to the gym in the mornings every day.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I play soccer too, so
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a soccer coach too.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
so you're running around all the time, so.
yeah.
So have there been any challenges to you in your experience with the martial arts, where you were just like, whoa, I didn't realize it was this intense, or man, I could do this all day long?
I love it. I love it. I can't wait to become a black belt one day. So I love it. I enjoy the energy. We love Mrs. Dyson and the energy, and yeah, she's awesome. So it's we always look forward to the class because yeah, it's very empowering. And yeah, maybe I wasn't expecting maybe a lot of the intensity, but no,
Yeah, like the level of um the way that they train. I mean, I was expecting something like, okay, just put your legs like this and your arms like this. But no, you go there and they're like, boom, 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 like, wow, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, yeah. Gotcha.
I was like, oh, this is go time. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's awesome. We love it.
Yeah,
Good.
you should see him doing the trainings he at home when it's time of the class. The kids and I are looking at him like, it's okay. Now you can stop. Yeah, the class is it's done. You can stop doing that. But he keeps doing it because he really likes it.
Now, you've spoken about Miss Dyson a couple of times. How are you enjoying the online classes and getting to see, getting to meet more of the instructors?
Oh, I love that we can. I mean, I love of the weaker tribe. So we love that we can learn more. We miss obviously what we have as a community, and the fact of going to the Jodo. It's amazing because we are a very strong community in person. Like we hug each other. Yeah, it's weird, but we get into the Jodo and we say hello, ma'am, and we start getting hugs and talk about our days, and we have created a very amazing tribe there. So we miss that part, but we know it's for the best. And we can learn from other teachers. We are taking the Saturday class with Mr. and Mrs. Bond, I think. Yeah.
Oh, you did the Krav Maga? And like 9 o'clock?
They do boot camps on Saturday morning.
Yeah, like 9 o'clock?
Yeah, 9 o'clock. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna wake up. He's ready at 7, so he's like, "Come on, you need to wake up." So he's the one who keeps me on track, and we turn on the TV and we start doing that. And I feel like I already love them. I'm like, I told him last Saturday, I was like, I think the day I meet them in person, we can be friends. I like them.
Yeah. I got to speak with Mr. Bond. I didn't speak with his wife, Misha, but I did speak with Mr. Bond for one of the first episodes, or the first 4 or so episodes of the podcast. So I have gotten to know them, and I did do that class one morning. I was really pleased that it was only a half hour, so I didn't want to wear myself out too much for it. So got me a good warm up, gave me a break, and then I did my intermediate class. So yeah. Now, as an orange belt there at Pineville Matthews, that means, are you still in the beginner class?
Yes, we're still in the beginning class.
But it doesn't matter. You're still learning the same thing because,
like at the beginning when they say the way to go to black belt is going to take like 3 years, I was like, no.
Well,
what? You say 3 years or 3 months? And then you say 3 years. I was like, oh my goodness. And because we are in the black belt program, and I remember when she talked to us about it, and she said, "Did you visualize yourself as a black belt?" I was like, "No way! Like I'm just so scared to tell you yes because I don't think I can make it through. It's 3 years." But then we start going to trainings and we start getting into this all action. Now I could tell you I can stay here 10 years. I don't care, like whatever it takes. If they put us on beginning class for the next 2 years, I will be fine. Like I just want to stay here.
Gotcha. Now, as a family doing it all together, at first, I think you said there was a little reluctancy to.
Yes.
But is now everybody's like gung ho all in? Or are you still facing a few challenges, like maybe with your daughter or son, or is everybody gung ho and let's do it?
It is a very interesting story because my kids both, they were like very reluctant. Is that the word? Like they were like, "No, mom, please." She used to go to swimming class, my boy to soccer class. So we are a very active family in that way. I'm not the active person, but the family is active. And they were like, no, please, one more thing, we're gonna explode, please, no. And they are introvert students. They're good students, but they're like introverts. So I think they thought that it would be like the other's experience, because she has been into gymnastic or ballet and swimming class. And most of the other communities, they are like, okay, you come to class, you take your class, goodbye, au revoir, arrivederci, right? And this UpLevel family was very surprising to see that they look forward to role leaders, not just come, take the class, and goodbye, or whatever. They are like, talk to the kids, they take the time to talk to the kids, to talk to the parents about other stuff, to check on you, how you doing, how are you feeling. And she start getting like being more open.
Oh, nice.
And yes, because we got to work with more people, right? Like when they tell you, now you are gonna work in partners. So she had to go and look to the next kid and work with that kid. So she started talking more and becoming more aware, more confident. Yes.
Awesome.
And now Mrs. Dyson is like her hero. And I love it. I love that she can look up like, Mom, I want to be like Mrs. Dyson. And every time she gets a chance to look into the mirror, she's like, look, like Mrs. Dyson.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice. I really love that fact.
Now, you said you were like an athletic family and there was soccer and gymnastics and ballet. Was it difficult to shift around your schedules to accommodate UpLevel, or was it more like you can find the time for what you want to do?
At the beginning, it was challenging, right? Because he usually met us at the judo because he has to go to work, and then we met there. And sometimes he texts me like, I'm late, I'm running late, I'm in the traffic, but I'll be there. So he arrives, and then he changed, and we take all the class. But at the beginning, I was like, oh, let's see if we can do it, because it's 2 classes per week. And at the beginning, we had to find the time, and then this became like a priority because I saw the transformation in my kids. I saw that they were looking forward to that day. I saw that they were expecting to get into the judo. I remember this day that my girl, she got a recognition in her class. And then as soon as she gets into the car, she told me, Mom, I'm so happy. Today is Tuesday. We're going to see Mrs. Dyson, and I can tell her about this that they gave me at school. She was looking forward to share that to the class. Nice. And that was the moment I saw, this is it. This is the community we belong to, because she is looking forward to tell them. She is always like trying to find new friends, but because she's kind of an introvert, it's a little bit like harder for her. But with this community, it's so easy. So at the beginning, we tried to find the time to make it work. Now we created time to keep going, because this is our space. Even though if we can go to soccer that week, or we can go to swimming class that week, it's okay, but we're not gonna miss our martial arts class.
Now, have you been doing any of the citizenship checklist?
I think they usually do it, but I always forget to ask them about it, and then because we are doing so much stuff right now.
I got you.
We're looking forward to get one start one day.
Now, you're in North Carolina public schools then, right? Or do you live in South Carolina?
South Carolina.
Oh, so yes. Okay, but Pineville's in North Carolina, right?
Yes.
Right, but
you're on the border.
Yeah. Half of the house is North Carolina, and the other half is South Carolina.
We live about maybe 2 miles from the state line, so very close to Pineville. Just take 5
so you're in South Carolina public schools, which announced they're done for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
That's
can you
right.
believe that?
That's right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's what
Mhm.
we've been experiencing up here. Ours got closed on March 13th for 2 weeks. And then as they approached spring break, they were just like, no, we're done. So my son has been home. And like you were saying earlier, you're used to working from home. And I'm used to working from home, but I'm not used to working from home with my wife is here and my 6-year-old.
It's not
So,
that fun sometimes. Yeah, it is like, what is going on? But again, I mean, in every challenge, there's something we can learn. And we have learned how to keep our minds busy and how to keep us on track, looking for the next goal. Even though we are all at home, we are trying to make it work. And this community really helped us to keep our minds focused on what is really important. And what's really important is to keep a good attitude about all this stuff and this situation, being positive, and help others to keep that sanity, because it is easy to being through Facebook or social media and see a lot of negativity, and it is easy to get drawn to that. But what is more challenging is how are you going to keep your mind in a good spot? Well, you just got to find the correct people, because the correct people is going to help you to that and create that.
as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens the other. Got it. Yeah, I have to give myself almost like daily affirmations, you know,
Right.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
That works.
give
Yeah.
yourself pep talks, because this could be such a time where you could just make that horrible descent into, you know, laying on the
I
couch
think
and
that
eating
this
Doritos.
kind of chaos, yeah, right. I think that these kind of situations are gonna bring the best of us and can bring the worst from us. And it is on how we are feeding our minds and how are we nurtures not just our bodies, because I already told you that I'm not the kind of person who do exercise every day, and that's challenging for me. But I try to keep my mind reading, and always, okay, if I finish this book and this is what I learned, so what's the next step? And being surrounded for all these amazing teachers that have the aptitude and the attitude, and that they are concerned about the community, really helps.
Yeah.
So we are in the same boat, and we are gonna arrive soon to the Iceland.
Nice. So overall, it sounds like you're having a very positive experience becoming modern day black belts. Do you have any what your thoughts are on a modern day black belt, and any closing thoughts?
Yes, I think, I have seen all these posts about the mother black belt. We always, as a couple and parents, need to give our best since, before we met this community, because that's the way we have get to here. Like, when we were at college, we wanted to do the best we could do, because we knew that if we do the best, we'll get better chances and better opportunities. And then when we started working, we wanted to give our names a good brand. You know what I mean? Like, we are trying always to put the best of the best on everything we do. And then we found this community, and we were like, we were like black belt in progress, and we didn't know that.
I think you said something today on the Facebook page, like I was a black belt in training and didn't
Yes.
even know it.
I didn't even know it. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that I was able to do martial arts. I was, and I, with the people that I work every day, I always say that, because my mother, she used to say that all the time. She was like, if you are cleaning, you gotta be the best cleaning person ever. If you are doing your job or your work or whatever task you are doing, do it the best you can. And Jason, my mother didn't went to school, but that was the way she looked at life. Like, if you are cooking, you gotta be there 100%. You cook. You are not watching TV or listen to the radio station. You are cooking. You are present in the moment, and that's what makes you grab the best of that action, and then you can be successful, because I think that's success. The fact that you can enjoy today, not yesterday, not tomorrow. The fact that you can be today here and breathe and give the 100%, that's what makes you really successful. So I think we already were a black belt in training. We didn't know that. And now we are sure we are black belts in training, in progress. And I'm proud of that.
Good, you should be. And you're raising a black belt family.
Yes, and oh, the fact that they can learn that discipline. I mean, right now it's challenging with the one that is, say, 5. My son is 5, and he's like just playing around all the time that we are doing the trainings. But I'm hoping he's there one day.
Yeah, one day it'll click, and same with my 6-year-old. You know, I'm just
I hope
try not
so.
to pressure it to him. Try not to, you know, make it inconvenient for him to become where it's punitive or anything like that. And hopefully one day it'll click, and he'll get on board with it and realize the great things that it does offer. It certainly helped me out, even as a, you know, middle-aged man. And you know, I think he could probably, if he holds fast to these lessons that he's learning now, avoid some of the pitfalls.
Yes. I mean, maybe yes, maybe one day he will be like, yeah, I want to do this like my mom and my dad and my sister. Maybe no, but he will learn something, that we had discipline and we commit. And that's the important thing, that he can see that through the example, not through the words.
And we are also trying to create memories for the kids, so when they get older, so they can remember when they practice martial arts with their parents. So that's something that we are trying to do as well.
Yes.
Good. Well, awesome.
I just want to say that I'm so grateful that we can have this chat, and that I'm so grateful for all the UpLevel community and all the things they do to inspire us. I'm grateful for the people who can listen this. And hey, if you are listening to this and you are part of this community and you have been like into the blue zone, like probably with all this pandemic, you don't know how to act or how to react or what to do. It is okay. You don't have to have everything figured out. It is okay not to be okay. Just go with the flow. Keep doing your trainings. Probably you feel weird because you are in the living room and you will be like, who's washing? But hey, that's something that black belts do, right? Like you do the stuff, the hard stuff, and you keep yourself disciplined, even though no one is watching. So just trust the progress and keep your head up. Doesn't matter. This is gonna happen. That's something that I like to say to people. This is also something that is gonna pass. Nothing is forever. Good times pass too. Bad times are gonna end too. So just keep your head up, right?
Well said. Mm-hmm.
Your head and your spirit, I will say.
Yeah.
Your head and your spirit.
Do you want to say something?
No, that was perfect.
Yes, he's always saying something like,
Man, a few words.
He's like my Yoda. He's the one who keeps me balanced. So you always say the right things.
Good. Well, thank you guys so much.
Just, yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, nothing. I think she said very well. So these are difficult times, challenging times, and we just need to live one day at a time and just think positive. We need to be more than ever. We need to be more positive, and this should pass. So we'll be good. So
yeah, be the light. Be the light. Always, people remember always how you make them feel, not what you say, but how you make them feel. And this is a very unique opportunity to make feel people the best you can make them feel.
Well said. Very well said. Well, thank you guys both, Mr. Torres, Marianna. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully we can do this again.